Welcome to Uipath Session 7, Web Automation. What is web automation? Well, businesses and applications today are widely structured and web-based systems. Information that populates these systems is dense and demands extensive processing. Many of the tasks involved are repetitive and tedious and take up a lot of time and money. This is where web automation comes in. Form filling, screen scraping, data extraction and transfer between applications, website testing, and periodical reports generation are major common tasks that can rapidly benefit from web automation. So let's see the practical examples of web automation. Let's go to Uipath and just create a simple workflow. So what we're gonna do is we gonna create a simple workflow. We'll submit the sign up form. We'll fill this up, and first of all, in order to do that, we will create one simple Excel file. So the workflow will pick up the data from the Excel file and pushes that data into that form, and it will create a new accounts in here. It's just a simple website. I've just found it on Google. It is a good example to show you the form filling process or form filling automation and how it works. So let's create one simple Excel file, or we can take these files. Okay, let me delete everything. Let's see the fields which we have there on the web form: name, email, and password. So name, email, and password. Let's say John S, and the email is John S at outlook.com. The password is like 123 ABC. And similarly, let's create 3 to 4 dummy records. The second one is Mary Potter, and the email is Mary Potter mary.potter@gmail.com, and password is 223 ABC. And let's create Jason Brown. So Jason Brown at yahoo.co.in. So let's save this file. It's a test Excel file, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the records out of that file, and we're gonna create new accounts, new dummy accounts in it. So what should be our first action in order to perform that activity? So the first action should be, let's create one sequence or Excel application scope directly in order to create the instance of Excel and get the data into the data table. And in it we can pass the Excel file. Desktop, test Excel. Okay, and then read the range into the data table. And look at the sheet name, whether it is sheet 1 there or not. Okay, it's a sheet 1. and create data table here. My dt. Okay, and now we have the data into data table, and what we're gonna do also change the scope of the data table, the variable which we just created as a data table. Change the scope to flowchart, means I can use this variable uh, in, inside this flowchart anywhere. So I have this creator Excel instance. So I'm gonna connect it to start node, and then let me create a for each loop. First of all, create a web instance for that particular web form to fill up. So open browser. This will be a one-time activity, and in open browser we're gonna pass the URL of this application, this website. Basically always pass the web link or the website address in double quotes, and then here what we're gonna do is we're gonna place for each loop. For each row here, and the first section should be navigate to the page. Because when the first form will be filled up, this needs to navigate to the form to be filled up, like here. So the address remains same here. So let's copy the address from here and paste it here. Okay, and the first action of this loop should be type into activity. Okay, type into, place it here and indicate where to type and what to type. So the first value of the row of the table will be row 0 to string, means the first value is this, the second value will be this, and third will be this. So it's a row 0, this is row 1, this is row 2, means row, if I write row here, row means the row, and then this would be the column under brackets. So the 0 column, which means first column. If I write 2, it means third. If I write 1, it means second. So drag 2 more, type into activities, and copy it, paste it here as well, and change the column name is first, and here it will be second, and indicate on the web page. Here it should be the email address, and here it should be the password, and then click here. So click, so in order to go further, just look at the selectors. So yeah, selector is pretty fine, like it's based on the IDs, but it's ID. So it won't click anywhere else. It will click here where it will find the ID which matches this text. And if I go up and check the selectors, yes, it's ID again here. So this will be accurate. It won't push the data somewhere else. So let's try to run it. Okay, I didn't check it. Let's see what happens. If we encounter with any error, then we will fix then and there. Okay, I'm gonna click run. I'm gonna close that Excel file first. Alright, okay. We so robot started. Oh, is there something is wrong in it? Let me close it. Let me read on the solution. Oh, it's only executing the Excel file, not oh. See, this arrow is going up. It should go down from here to here. That's my mistake. Always connected to the lower. Okay, it's showing error in it. What kind of error we have? Data table not supplied. Oh, sorry. So it is my DT. Yes. Okay, let's run it. So it's now navigating to the web page. Okay, here we can see created another account created. Yeah, it still asks for the captcha to be solved, but I'm just showing you the examples, nothing else. So yeah, like you need to verify that you're not a robot, and you need to pick up the images which it which is it asking. But it's just a demo that how you can achieve this task. So how you can create it. So this has done it nicely. This is how you can fill up the forms, and I will also tell you how to scrap the data from the website in the another workflow. So I will run it once again, and I will put some pauses in it so that you can see it easily. Well, it wasn't that quick because I already put some pauses in it, like it waits for a second to go to the next record. And in order to avoid the delay, you can use the set text activity instead of type into activity. So this is how you can make it more quick. So I'm gonna run it again just to show you that how it works. You open up the Excel and read the file into the data table, and it is navigating to that particular website where we're gonna fill up the form. Okay, the form is being loaded. Okay, the form is now loaded. It should start now. Okay, it's filling up the data. Okay, the next record. All right. Okay, here we go. So this is how we fill up the form If we have data into the Excel file, then we can pick that data and push the data into the web page. So this was the example of form filling automation, and now we're gonna scrape, or we're gonna crawl the data from the website, and we'll store that data into the Excel file. So I'm gonna delete these two sequences, and I'm gonna okay, let's get some data from Amazon.com. .uk. So what I'm gonna do is, as I've already told you, we have one thing. We have data scraping method in here. Through this, we can scrape the data from the website, which is pretty structured. If it is not structured, then we can use our manual automation. Like we can build the workflow, we can create the workflow by ourselves. Then we won't be able to use this data scraping if the data is not structured. It is only for the structured data. So let's not go for the structured data, which I have already shown you yesterday in my last video, that how we use the data scraping method to scrape the structured data from the websites. So here we're gonna search something, and we're gonna click on the first record, and we're gonna get the detail of that record. So let's write mobile phones here. Let me go back and just write mobile phones. Mobile phone. Okay. So I have few results here, as I can see here. So this is the first result, and we're gonna get the details of this particular item. So let's go back to navigate to the home page first, and then create one for flow. The first would be the open browser. Or if the browser is already open, we can use the attached browser window, but it's always good to open the new browser with the new page to work with. So let's paste the address in double quotes, and what will be the first activity? It should be, we can use type into, and we also can use set text, which will be pretty quick than the type into activity. So we have to set the text here, and what to set, or what to type: mobile phone. Alright, now it search for mobile phone and press enter. So we can also use the keyboard shortcuts like hotkey. We can send the hotkey, which is a keyboard shortcut here, or we can use it, we can press enter. Okay, so after typing this, it will press enter. We need not to click here, or we can simply click here as well, but it's good to use the keyboard shortcuts as well. And then when it clicks, it's press enter, then what should it do? Okay, it should click on the first element, the first item. Okay, click. Where to click? Indicate here, and we can modify the selectors. We will modify the selectors because maybe next time if we write something else, the result will be the item name will be different, right? Then it can fail if the selector is static. So we need to make it dynamic based on the different search criteria and all. So if it clicked here, what we should get out of it, we're gonna create one table. First create the table. Basically we have one table from the previous workflow, so we have the table here. We will we will add the column to this table. Let's suppose, okay, add column. We can use sorry, okay, added a column. And how many columns we want, we can add it here, like 3. We're gonna extract the name of the product, then the price, and the description. Name, price, and the description. Okay, we can simply create the column like here. Just write name. The table is which is my dt. The another is price. The table is my dt. This is how you can work with the data tables. We will learn it in the future video properly. The description. Okay, so we have added 3 columns, and now based on the results we need to get the the text. So just write get text, and we can paste the text. We can drag that activity in here, and just click on the text we want to get and store it in the variable, like the name, and then another get text activity to get the price. We can create a new variable for price, and then another get text activity just to get the description. Basically this is in multiple lines, so we can get this first line just for the time being, or this. Okay, I'm just taking the second line out of it. I'm taking that as a description. Task. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna store these values uh, into the data table using add row activity. Add data row. in this activity we can provide the values as an array, like array starts with this, and then the value name like name, comma, price, comma, description. Okay, let's also match with this is what we have or not. No, the variable. Okay, also check the variable scope. Always make it the flowchart or the global. Alright, so these are the variables which we are storing the data into. So go back to the add row activity and just click here and match. Start from name, comma, price, comma, desk. Okay, here we go. There is no error in it. And at the last we will store this into the Excel file. So go back and Excel, take the Excel application scope activity to store the data in Excel, and we can use the same Excel file but we can make it empty. So there is nothing. I have saved this Excel file and I'm gonna go back here. I will select the same file, and this time we will use a different activity which is right range. So okay, the sheet 1 at where to write A1, yes, it's fine. And what is the data table name? Just my DT. Okay, also add headers. Okay, so I guess it's all done. Just connect the workflow. There is an error. Look at the error. What kind of error we have? Normal doesn't have error. Go down. Okay, add. Oh, sorry, we didn't provide the data table name, which is my DT. Okay, there shouldn't be any error now. And let's run this and let's see. Before running this, just look at the. Okay, there is still one error. What kind of error it is now? Add column. Oh, we forgot to mention the data table here as well. My DT. Okay, no more error. Okay, before running this activity, before running this workflow, I'm gonna check the selectors, whether the selectors are static or dynamic. So first of all, the set text activity, go to selector. Okay, it is working on ID, so it is good. And then click the first item. Okay, result 0, parent result 0. Let's try to attach to the live element. So this is the first activity where I should click attach to the live element. Okay, now check the selector. Okay, index 27. It will click on index 27. Now, okay, all right. So it's pretty unique now. Let's go down. Okay, working on ID. Yes, working on ID, working on the index value. Alright, okay, let's try to run it, and let's close this file there. Okay. Oh, there is an error. Okay, it wrote properly, but it couldn't proceed with the add data column. Object not set to reference. Okay, what kind of error we have in add data column? My DT, what it says. Object reference not set to an instance. Can't find any error in it, but let me check. It is fine. We're just giving the column header here, and then the table name. Okay. Okay, maybe okay, the error, the data table here, it's not adding. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create another data table as, okay, we couldn't. Okay, that the problem, I got it now. Always when we create data table, we always set it to like new data table, like this. It should always be its default value, because we are creating an instance of the data table. So this data table was previously created by the workflow itself, so now we need to create a new instance of it. Okay, so I guess there shouldn't be any error now. Let's go and run it again. Okay, so it clicked on the first value. All right, got the okay, right range. The range does not exist. The range does not exist. Okay, it says there's no values in it. So let's do one thing. Let's try to check it first before going to Excel file. Let's have a pre-check. Means we're gonna check the values of whether this add row really worked or not. Okay, so basically there is one row is being added, so we can use masses box. My dt dot rows row 1 to string. Let's see whether it's getting the values here or not. It's just a pre-check. Okay, this is being created. The right range does not work. Okay, so the data is being transferred to the table. Now create another Excel file, or let's create new Excel file just to test it. This file. Let's run it. Okay. Okay, Excel exception. Right range. It says this doesn't exist. Excel. This is sheet 1. Alright, let's test the different thing in here. Okay, it says the range does not exist. It does not have to be there. Okay, I guess it worked. Here we go. Okay, I guess there is a problem with the data table. When it goes out from the sequence, it changes its scope, or the instance basically. So what we can do is we can drag that activity into the main sequence where we are getting the data in. Like here, I have dragged one right range activity inside the sequence. Here we can add uh, multiple things. So it is creating new sequence and session in here. Okay. Hope the workflow will be there. Yeah, we have it here. Okay, now we're gonna add the headers here and we're gonna run it again. Now we will change the input type. Means next time we won't write the mobile phones, we will write something else. This time we get the data out of it. Okay, it's done. Let's see the results. Okay, it's now headers are included in it. So this is how you can get the data out of it, and you can results into the Excel file. And this time let's try something else in order to ensure that the automation is working for all. Let's take a laptop. So this is the first result here. You should click here and it should get the data out of it. Okay, now I'm gonna change the input from mobile phones to laptop. Okay, let's run it. Okay, it clicked on the first bracket. Yeah, I don't know, the structure is different. Maybe it is available to find the values out of it or not. Um, I think it gonna throw an error because the values are not at the same place. Okay, this is what was expected. Okay, where's the error? Get the text. Alright, if we compare get text, click here and click here, and let's see if the selectors of both the elements are same or not. So go to target, it's a product title, ID is product title, and here ID is, oh, there is a problem. Let's try to attach to the live element it comes with. Okay, nothing. Just try to indicate again and see what kind of selectors we have. The same, only with the tag h1. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, what we can do is in these kind of scenarios, just try to right click on the element and inspect if we can get the class name of this element. Okay, this is the class. Okay, this is the class name. A size, large, and spacing. Let's try to use this class name here instead of ID. You can modify this and look at this tag. It is h1. And what is the ID? If the ID is same, I guess this is the class name. Still spans down. Tag it h1. And here it is the price. Oh, it has different format. Let's go back and try to click on second. Okay, this is the same format in here. Okay, I'm gonna change the selector. Let's see what kind of selector it has. Okay, this is the same. So the only problem is with the clicking. Okay, I'm gonna run it. Let's see what happens this time. This is how we make the automation more accurate. Okay, it's not able to find the element. I guess click the element first, but it did not click anywhere. Oh, because we changed the tag to 28. Okay, let's try to get indicate and see what kind of selector it produces. Tag h2. Try to attach to the live element and see what kind of. Okay, just totally depend upon the index. Let's try to run it. This time I'm expecting the good results out of it. Let's see whether it. Okay, laptop. Okay, it clicked. I guess it's stuck somewhere else because the prices are at a different place now with the different IDs. But it clicked, and we need to see why it's not able to get the data out of this web page. So, okay, it could get the data from first and it couldn't get the data from second. Let's try to attach to the live element. Alright, let's see the selector. Okay, now the selector has been modified with the wildcard. Surprise block. The ID of this web controller is price block with the, I guess this is always mixed with the product, the item type. So now it is modified with the wildcard, and let's have a look at the description. I'm gonna make it attached to the live element again. Okay, features and bullets and index file. Okay, all right, let's try to run it now. Okay, it worked. Okay, here we go. This is the name, this is the price, and this is the description. And now we're gonna change it to mobile phones again and see whether it is working for that as well this time or not. Mobile phone, close it, close this. Okay, let's see. Yes, okay. Here we go. Okay, it worked for mobile phones as well. Also, let's try to change to another item. Let's take iPod. Check out the class, inspect the element. Okay, it's H2. Cassette. Rather than using this, we will try to use class. Let's make the selector more useful and accurate. And then tag, which is H2. let's take a look. Okay. Okay, I've changed the selector. I'm just trying to make it more dynamic for all the products. Okay, it's still waiting to click it, and let's stop it and get the more accurate selectors out of it. So go to attach element, attach the element. Okay, first of all, let's try to get the element, and then try to make it live, attached to live element, and look at the selector 27 here, but let's try to make it more accurate. I don't think that's accurate and the reliable selector. So what else we have? Okay, parents class. This is what I was looking for. Also we have class. We have tag. We can remove this from here, and I guess we can work with it. And let's see where the class and CSS selector. No. Okay, this is the selector which I've come across with, which I think that's reliable. Let's try to use it. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask the user to select the item type or item. Okay, input box here. Type the item you want to get the details for, and the results item, and here it's item toString. Okay, now we will write the item name there, and we'll see whether it works or not. And we can also use the, okay, let's try to run it first. Okay, first mobile phones. Mobile phone. Okay, that's good. All right, it worked. Let's see the results. All right, let's close it. And now this time I'm gonna write laptop, and let's check whether it worked or not. Okay, laptop. Okay, clicked. Oh, here we go. It worked for this as well. Yes. And one last thing we're gonna do is like, let's try to run it for iPod. Okay, let's see. how reliable our automation is. iPod. Resulting in the different structure now. It's in the okay. Yeah, it couldn't locate it. Yeah, because now the structure is totally different. So let's see what kind of selector it should require. I'm just gonna check another click. Element, and let's see the selector, the test live element, and okay, and open the Uipath Explorer, add tag, class, this is the selector, which and let's compare the selector. This is the selector from the new activity, and this is the selector from the previous activity. Okay, let's see what is the difference. Okay, in this we have parent class, which is almost same, but something is okay. Class is a size baseline, this parent class, this title, parent class a, link, tag. This is almost same. Okay, it's base, medium. There is a problem in it. I guess if we change this medium base, and if we write star here, like star here, this should work. Let's copy the selector and paste it in this. Okay, let's try to run it. Okay, it's asking me for the iPod. Okay, it clicked. Now there is no description. Description in here. Okay, it should get the price only. Alright, let me close it. Let me modify it. True. iPod. Okay, clicked. Did it get the value or not? Let's see. Okay, is it still struggling here? Okay, let's stop this and see. These are the challenges which you will face in the real-time projects which you're gonna work upon in the automation. So this is how you can work upon these challenges and all while working upon web automation. So first of all, let me try whether that selector is working for mobile phone or other products. Okay, this is a mobile phone. Yeah, it's working for mobile phones. And it should also means that that particular selector which we created, which we modified, that's working for all the products now. It will click on that particular like second item of every search. But now we can also make the inner items dynamic like we already made it. So let's try to make this as well, the dynamic. First of all, close it, and let's try to make this dynamic first. So this is get text this. If I attach to live element, what would it say? Okay, it says okay, it's fine. It means it's getting the data out of it. There's no problem with it. And the price is attached to live element. Basically there is no proper price. It is used item and this is refurbished. Let's try to take it. Let's see what kind of, okay, open the Uipath Explorer and try to, okay, take class and tag is always panned. This is good, we can use it. So click here, click again, click here, okay. Then class this index 1 and class this color. Okay, try to replace it here. And go down, look at the description, is feature bullet index 8. Oh sorry, let's close the Explorer first and attach to live element. The description is down here, but it's different in the different lines. We can skip it. We can skip this because every line would have the different description and all. We can get it from the the label or the main heading. It always included in the name. So let's try to run this now. Let's try to run it for iPod first. iPod. Okay, let's check the results. Okay, here we go. Apple iPod 6.9. Yes. Now go back. Let's close it and run for phone and laptop. Mobile phone. Okay, here we go. Yeah, wide range. Oh, we actually left the Excel file opened. So don't forget to close the file. Let me read on the workflow. Mobile phone. Okay, let's check. Alright, here we go. We have the data inside it. Let's close it. And last, we will run it for laptop and another random item we'll pick. Let's pick up the random item now. Like headphone. Okay. Cool. Because I picked the random item like a headphone or something. Here we go. So this is how you can work with the web automation in the challenging environments. Like we face a few issues that how we can make the selectors accurate, because every time if it is dynamic you won't be able to work with it. You need to make it more reliable in order your automation not to fail in the live environment or in the production environment. So this is how you can work with the web automation. So that was all for the day, and thank you so much for watching.